Jai Gurudev, and thank you for joining us today. So today we have with us an art of living expert and an officer of the Vedic Dhamma Sansthan. So today we are going to discuss about the Chamundeshwari Devi temple, which is considered the Kuldevi of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji. So why is this considered the Kuldevi? Yes, so Jai Gurudev, thank you for joining us today. So, Chamundeshwari Devi of Mysore is the fierce yet a compassionate manifestation of Goddess Durga. She is revered as the protector of Dharma in Karnataka. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji, being born in Papanasam, Tamil Nadu, and raised in Karnataka, carries the lineage of devotion to Chamundeshwari as his Kuldevi. Kuldevi means the family deity who guides and protects generations spiritually and materially. Gurudev often shares that every seeker has a guardian divine energy, and for him, Chamundeshwari Devi has always been that protective force. Indeed, in Vedic tradition, the Kul Devi is not just a symbolic deity but an energetic lineage connection. Gurudev's deep spiritual radiance and his ability to awaken millions in meditation are seen as blessings of Chamundeshwari herself. It's no coincidence that the Vishalakshmi Mandap and Devi Hall at the Art of Living International Center carry Devi's Shakti. Every visitor feels the same strength. One feels on Chamundi Hills. Chamundeshwari Devi is not separate from Gurudev. Her energy manifests through her compassion, guidance, and ability to unite people worldwide in the spirit of seva, sadhana, and satsang. Now, how does Gurudev honor Chamundeshwari Devi during his annual visits to Mysore Dashara? Mysore Dashara is world renowned for its grandeur, but its spiritual core lies in the Chamundeshwari temple. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji ensures that during this auspicious period, he pays respects to Chamundeshwari Devi on Chamundi Hills. His visits are not mere rituals, they are deeply personal moments of communion with this Kuldevi. Devotees often witness him sitting in silent meditation before Devi's sanctum, eyes closed, radiating bliss as if conversing with the Devi Mother herself. Exactly, in the Shara, Chamundeshwari Devi is worshipped as the embodiment of victory of good over evil. Gurudev emphasizes that the real Ravana we must conquer today is stress, greed, and violence. By bowing to Chamundeshwari during the Shara, Gurudev brings that age-old tradition into modern life. Thousands of devotees feel blessed because they sense the continuity of ancient Vedic lineage flowing into contemporary spiritual practices like Sudarshan Kriya and Shakti Kriya. Thus, Gurudev's annual homage is not just a family devotion, it connects millions of art of living followers worldwide to Chamundeshwari's divine grace. Now, what is the symbolic connection between Chamundeshwari Devi and Gurudev's teachings on inner strength? Chamundeshwari Devi symbolizes Shakti, the divine feminine energy that destroys inner and outer negativity. Gurudev often explains that just as Chamundeshwari destroyed Mahishasura, every human being has the power to rise above inner demons like anger, fear, and jealousy. His teachings on Sudarshan Kriya and meditation resonate with this symbolism. When stress and negative emotions are dissolved through breath, the Chamundeshwari energy awakens within. That's beautifully said. Gurudev's presence itself reflects this Devi energy. His calmness in turbulent times, his ability to handle global conflicts with a smile, is the Chamundeshwari principle in action and Vedic understanding. Devi is not just a temple idol but a living consciousness in Gurudev's mission. Chamundeshwari's Shakti flows seamlessly, protecting Dharma, empowering seekers, and giving inner strength. This is why the Devi Hall in the ashram feels so alive. Devotees say they feel the mother's embrace there. Chamundeshwari, through Gurudev, teaches us that strength is not aggression, it is compassion rooted in awareness. Now, how is the presence of Chamundeshwari Devi felt in the Vishalakshmi Mandap and Gurukul Devi Hall? The Vishalakshmi Mandap is the crown jewel of the Art Flowing International Center. Thousands meditate there daily, and many have reported feeling a maternal protective energy. That energy is Chamundeshwari Devi's blessing. Gurudev had the Devi Hall consecrated so that the ancient Shakti traditions could continue to empower seekers. The Lalita Sahasranama, Durga Saptasati, Devi Puja on Fridays, and other powerful chants are recited there daily, invoking the same energy of Chamundi Hills. Indeed, Devi temples are not just stone structures but energy centers. The Vishalakshmi Mandap resonates with the Shakti of Chamundeshwari, especially during Navratri and Dashera. When grand homas and pujas are performed, the Gurukul children who chant Vedas daily channel the Devi's energy into the atmosphere. Visitors often share that even a few minutes of silence inside Vishalakshmi Mandap feels like hours of deep meditation. This is Chamundeshwari Devi's Pratyaksha Anugraha or direct grace. Thus, the temple on Chamundi Hills and the Mandap in Bengaluru are connected as two expressions of the same Devi consciousness. Now, can you describe how Chamundeshwari Devi's blessings empower Sudarshan Kriya practitioners? Sudarshan Kriya is not just a breathing technique, it is a direct way of accessing inner divinity. Chamundeshwari Devi represents the prana shakti and that sustains life. When seekers practice Sudarshan Kriya, they release negativity and tap into boundless energy. This is Devi's blessing in action, removing tamas or inertia and rajas or restlessness, and awakening sattva or peace and clarity. Gurudev himself has said that the inspiration for Sudarshan Kriya was a gift from higher consciousness, which devotees naturally associate with Chamundeshwari. Absolutely. In fact, Sudarshan Kriya can be seen as a modern form of Devi's Trishul, piercing through stress, fear, and depression. Just as Chamundeshwari slays demons, Sudarshan Kriya slays the inner demons of our times, anxiety, anger, and hopelessness. Practitioners often report a feeling of lightness, confidence, and a motherly protection after Kriya. That motherly presence is none other than Chamundeshwari Devi blessing every breath. Through Gurudev's guidance, her energy flows into millions of homes, making daily life a living temple of peace and joy. Now, what role does Chamundeshwari Devi play during Navratri celebrations at the Art of Living International Center? Navratri is one of the most powerful spiritual times in the ashram. Thousands gather for Devi Homas, chanting, and deep meditation. The entire energy of Chamundeshwari Devi is invoked to the worship of Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. Gurudev often emphasizes that Navratri is not about external rituals but about cleansing the inner mind and intellect. The Devi Homas perform the Chandi Homa, Sudarshan Homa, and Rudra Homa carry the same intensity of Chamundi Hills. Yes, and during Navratri, the ashram becomes a mirror of the Chamundi temple. The chanting of Lalita Sahasranama, Durga Saptasati, and Devi Kavacham fill the Devi hall with vibrations so powerful that seekers say that they feel as though Chamundeshwari Devi herself is present. Gurudev personally leads the celebrations, blessing participants with his darshan. For devotees who cannot visit Mysore, the ashram provides the same Shakti through these sacred rituals. Thus, Chamundeshwari Devi's grace flows from Chamundi Hills to the Vishalakshmi Mandap, connecting seekers to ancient tradition while guiding them through modern spiritual practices. Now, how do Gurudev's visits to Chamundi Hills reflect the ancient Guru Shishya tradition? In Vedic culture, every guru pays homage to the lineage of divine energy before imparting wisdom. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji's visits to Chamundi Hills exemplify this. By bowing before Chamundeshwari Devi, he is acknowledging the eternal source of power from which he draws guidance to uplift humanity. Devotees accompanying him often describe a palpable silence and sacredness when Gurudev stands before the deity. That is very true. The Guru Shishya Parampara teaches us humility. No matter how enlightened one may be, the Guru bows to the Divine Mother. Gurudev's act of reverence at Chamundi Hills shows seekers how to remain rooted in devotion despite worldly accomplishments. This humility inspires millions to stay grounded while pursuing spiritual growth. Just as Adi Shankaracharya visited Devi temples before composing great scriptures, Gurudev draws from Chamundeshwari Devi's Shakti before sharing profound knowledge with the world. It is a living example of how tradition and modern wisdom walk hand in hand. Now, what is the connection between Chamundeshwari Devi and Shakti Kriya taught in the art of living? Yes, Jagadev, Shakti Kriya is a profound practice given by Gurudev to advanced seekers. It awakens and balances the dormant prana Shakti within. Chamundeshwari Devi is the epitome of Shakti, the energy that dissolves obstacles. When seekers practice Shakti Kriya, they often feel a surge of inner power, clarity, and fearlessness, qualities that are traditionally attributed to the blessings of the goddess. Exactly, Shakti Kriya is not just a breathing practice, it is a direct invocation of Devi's energy into one's subtle body. The Kriya helps in harmonizing the chakras, much like Chamundeshwari bringing order by slaying chaos. Devotees often share experiences of deep silence and profound energy after practicing it as though they are embraced by the Divine Mother. Through Gurudev, the inaccessible energies of Devi become accessible in a safe, systematic practice. In essence, the Shakti Kriya is Chamundeshwari Devi's gift to seekers in today's busy world, transforming stress into Shakti. Now, how does the Padma Sadhana connect with the grace of the Chamundeshwari Devi? Yes, Jago, the Padma Sadhana, the sequence of yogic postures taught by Gurudev, is named after the lotus symbol of purity and detachment. Chamundeshwari Devi is often depicted seated on a lion, fearless and majestic, yet with a face of compassion. When seekers practice Padma Sadhana, they embody the same grace. Strength combined with softness, the postures prepare the body and mind to handle powerful energies, much like invoking the Devi herself. Absolutely. The beauty of Padma Sadhana lies in its alignment with the Devi's energy. The slow, mindful movements cultivate inner balance, while the stillness at the end connects the practitioner with the infinite consciousness. Many have reported feeling a deep sense of protection and motherly presence during or after practice. This is no coincidence, it is a subtle grace of Chamundeshwari Devi flowing through Gurudev's teachings. Thus, every time seekers engage in Padma Sadhana, they are indirectly bowing to the Devi and inviting her strength, clarity, and compassion into their lives. Now, how do Gurudev's teachings link Chamundeshwari Devi's victory over Mahishasur with the victory over modern challenges? Yes, Jagudev, Mahishasur was a symbol of arrogance, ignorance, and unchecked desire. Chamundeshwari Devi's victory over him is celebrated during Dashera as a triumph of good over evil. Gurudev often reminds us that today's demons are not mythological beings, but inner tendencies like stress, depression, greed, and violence. Through practices like Sudarshan Kriya, meditation, and Seva, we can defeat these forces within and around us. Indeed, this symbolism is timeless in ancient times. Devi slayed demons on the battlefield. Today, she empowers humanity to slay negativity in daily life. Gurudev translates this ancient wisdom beautifully when he guides leaders, youth, or even prisoners. He is awakening their inner Chamundeshwari. Each person has the power to overcome difficulties with the courage and compassion. That is why Chamundeshwari Devi's story is not just history, it is a living reality reflected in every seeker who rises above challenges with the Gurudev's guidance. Now, how is the Chamundi Hills temple connected to the Art of Living International Center in Bengaluru? Though geographically separate, both Chamundi Hills and the ashram in Bengaluru are bound by the same spiritual current. Chamundi Hills is the abode of Chamundeshwari Devi, the Kuldevi of Gurudev. The Art of Living ashram was envisioned and established under his grace, under her grace. The moment seekers enter the campus, many experience the same calm, protection, and strength they feel on Chamundi Hills. It is as if a subtle bridge of energy connects the two places. That is beautifully put. The ashram is not merely an institution, it is a living temple of consciousness. A Vishalakshmi mantra with its layered structure resembling a lotus serves as a powerful yantra like space to hold Devi's energy. Thus, as Chamundi Hills has been a beacon for Mysore for centuries, the ashram is a beacon for seekers worldwide. Both are sanctuaries of transformation, reminding us that divine presence is not confined to one location. By visiting either one, taps into Chamundeshwari Devi's eternal grace. Now, what is the significance of the Devi Hall in the ashram's Gurukul? Yes, I agree that the Devi Hall is an integral part of the Veda Gurukul. Here, young students chant Vedic mantras daily, invoking divine energies for global well being. The hall is consecrated with the blessings of Chamundeshwari Devi, and it serves as a channel through which seekers can directly feel Devi's presence. Gurudev often explains that such spaces are not built, they are revealed, guided by Higher Shakti. Indeed, the Devi Hall reflects Chamundeshwari's protecting and nurturing energy. Children growing up here learn sacred recitations such as Durga Suktam, Devi Kavacham, and Lalita Sahasranama under her grace. For devotees sitting in the hall brings a sense of motherly embrace as if Chamundeshwari herself is watching over them. It also stands as proof that ancient Vedic traditions continue to thrive, blending seamlessly with modern education. Through this hall, the Art of Living Ashram becomes a global extension of Chamundi Hills. Now, how do daily prayers and chants in the ashram reflect Chamundeshwari Devi's blessings? Every morning and evening, the ashram resonates with Vedic chants of Rudram, Chamakam, Lalita Sahasranama, and Vishnu Sahasranama. These are not routine rituals but vibrant ways to invoke divine energy. When seekers chant or even listen, they report feeling uplifted as though negativity melts away. This is a Chamundeshwari Devi's direct anugraha or grace flowing through sound vibrations. Exactly in the Vedas, sound is considered the purest carrier of consciousness. The mantras chanted in the ashram are the same that have been recited for centuries at Chamundi Hills. When these mantras are recited by hundreds of voices in unison, the atmosphere is charged with Devi's power. Gurudev ensures that these traditions are kept alive so that every seeker, whether from India or abroad, feels the strength of Chamundeshwari Devi guiding their spiritual journey. The ashram thus becomes a living embodiment of Devi's temple. Now, how do visitors to the ashram experience Chamundeshwari Devi's energy? Many first time visitors to the ashram have no prior knowledge of Chamundeshwari Devi, yet they describe feeling a profound sense of peace, safety, and maternal care. Some even say that they feel like they are being silently watched over by a divine presence. This is no coincidence. It is Chamundeshwari Devi's energy pervading the ashram grounds, blessing every soul who steps inside. Absolutely, Davis's race does not discriminate. People from all walks of life, scientists, farmers, business leaders, youth, come to the ashram and all experience the blessings in unique ways. Some feel it during meditation, some during satsang, and others while simply walking through the gardens. The ashram becomes a reflection of Chamundi Hills, where the Devi's energy is available to all who are open. This is the vision of Gurudev, to make divine grace accessible universally without barriers of culture or religion. Now, how does Gurudev integrate Chamundeshwari Devi's blessings into the daily life of the ashram? The ashram's daily rhythm, meditation, chanting, seva, and satsang is woven with Chamundeshwari Devi's blessings. Gurudev often emphasizes that spirituality is not separate from life. Just as the Devi protects Mysore city from Chamundi Hills, their energy safeguards the ashram, empowering everyone engaged in seva, sadhana, and satsang. Even practical activities like cooking in the Annapurna kitchen or teaching in Gurukul are infused with the awareness of Devi's presence. Yes, Gurudev has ensured that every activity in the ashram is aligned with the ancient Vedic wisdom, from Trikal Sandhya to Gayatri Japa, from Guru Puja to Agni Karyam. Each ritual is a reminder that we are under Devi's care. Chamundeshwari Devi's energy thus flows into every aspect of ashram life: discipline, devotion, joy, and community spirit. This integration transforms the ashram from being just a campus into a living shrine where every seeker feels continuously nurtured by the Divine Mother. Now, how is the architecture of Vishalakshi Mandap inspired by the energy of Chamundeshwari Devi? Yes, Jagodev, Vishalakshi Mandap is not just a meditation hall, it is a sacred design embodying cosmic geometry. Its lotus shaped and multi tiered structure resonates with Devi's qualities like grace, strength, and expansiveness. Each level represents a subtle layer of consciousness guiding seekers from the outer to the innermost self. This architectural vision came to Gurudev as an intuitive design blessed by Chamundeshwari Devi, the Kuldevi who embodies protection and wisdom. Absolutely, in Vedic tradition, temples and meditation spaces are constructed as yantras, channels of divine energy. Vishalakshi Mandap stands as a living yantra that channels Chamundeshwari Devi's energy. Many seekers feel their meditations go deeper inside the space, as if Devi herself is pulling them inward. The vibrations within Mandap are said to be similar to those felt in powerful Devi temples like Chamundi Hills. It is no coincidence the space was consecrated under Gurudev's guidance, ensuring Chamundeshwari's grace is embedded into its foundation. Now, what is the role of Gurukul children in sustaining Chamundeshwari Devi's energy in the ashram? The Gurukul children are living vessels of Devi's energy. Their daily recitations of Vedas, Lalita Sahasranama, and Devi Suktam continuously invoke and anchor Chamundeshwari Devi's blessings in the ashram. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravishankarji often says that the innocence of children combined with Vedic chanting has immense power to heal and uplift the world. Yes, very true. In traditional Devi temples, priests maintain the energy through rituals. In the ashram, the Gurukul children serve a similar role. Their chants are not mechanical, they are filled with devotion and purity, making the vibration stronger. Visitors who listen to them often say they feel rejuvenated, as though the Devi herself is speaking through these young voices. This continuity ensures that Chamundeshwari Devi's energy is not only preserved but also magnified in the ashram, spreading blessings across the globe. Now, how are homas in the ashram linked to Chamundeshwari Devi's protection? Yes, Jagodev, homas in the ashram, whether it is a Navgraha Homa, Rudra Homa, Chandi Homa, or Sudarshan Homa, are all rooted in invoking divine protection and balance. Chamundeshwari Devi is known as the destroyer of negativity. During these homas, her blessings are invoked to remove obstacles, purify the environment, and protect seekers from unseen difficulties. Indeed, fire rituals are a direct way of connecting with Devi. In the ashram, the fire altar becomes a medium through which Chamundeshwari Devi's energy flows to participants. Many devotees testify that after attending these homas, long-standing issues resolve and peace returns to their lives. The chants, offerings, and the sacred fire create a field of protection. It is said that just as Chamundeshwari Devi protects Mysore from her hilltop temple, she extends the same motherly shield over the ashram through these homas. Now, how do daily satsangs in the ashram reflect the joy of Chamundeshwari Devi? Daily satsangs in the ashram are moments of collective celebration. Singing bhajans, dancing, and meditating together create an atmosphere of joy and devotion. Chamundeshwari Devi is not only fierce but also compassionate and blissful. Her joy reflects in the satsangs where seekers, regardless of background, experience childlike happiness and deep connection with the divine. That's correct. In scriptures, Devi is described as Ananda Surupani, the embodiment of bliss. When hundreds sing Jaya Jaya Devi or other devotion songs in the ashram, The hall, especially the Dhyan Mandir, the new meditation hall, resonates with Devi's presence. Gurudev's presence amplifies his joy, making it tangible. Many seekers say they feel carried away into ecstasy, forgetting their worries and fears. This is the gift of Chamundeshwari Devi, transforming seriousness into celebration and making spirituality a joyous journey. Now, how does the ashram Annapurna kitchen reflect the nurturing aspect of Chamundeshwari Devi? Yes, Jagodev, Chamundeshwari Devi is not only the fierce destroyer of negativity, but also the nourishing mother who cares for her children. The Annapurna kitchen in the ashram embodies this aspect every day. Thousands are served sattvic meals prepared with devotion and mantras. Gurudev has said that food cooked in devotion carries healing energy. This nurturing is a direct reflection of Devi's care. That's very true. Just as Chamundeshwari Devi ensures protection and nourishment for Mysore, the ashram ensures no one goes hungry. The kitchen staff often chant mantras while cooking, invoking Devi's blessings into the food. Visitors often share that even simple meals in the ashram taste divine and leave them feeling content. This is not just about nutrition, it is prasad or the Devi's gift. The Annapurna kitchen thus becomes an extension of Chamundeshwari's nurturing energy, ensuring seekers are physically and spiritually sustained. Now, how is Chamundeshwari Devi's energy invoked in the Sudarshan Kriya practice? Yes, Gurudev Sudarshan Kriya is one of Gurudev's greatest gifts to humanity. It cleanses layers of stress and opens the mind to inner peace. Chamundeshwari Devi represents a prana shakti, the life force itself, and seekers practice Sudarshan Kriya. They often experience a release of negativity. This is akin to Devi slaying Mahishasur, the demon of inertia and ignorance within us. Absolutely. In fact, many practitioners describe a feeling of being enveloped by a motherly presence after Kriya, as though they are protected by an unseen force. This is the grace of Chamundeshwari Devi. Just as she guards Mysore from Chamundi Hills, her energy protects seekers practicing Sudarshan Kriya across the world through breath. She removes the inner toxins and grants courage. It is Devi's blessing channeled through Gurudev that makes this practice so effective. Now, how does meditation in the art of living connect with the Chamundeshwari Devi, be it the guided meditation by Gurudev on YouTube, Sattva app, Abhyasa app, or the Art of Living app, or the Sehat Samadhi meditation mantra given by Gurudev? Yes, Shail, the meditation is the art of resting deeply in one's self. Chamundeshwari Devi symbolizes stillness and strength. Gurudev often says that true meditation is a return to the lap of the Divine Mother. When seekers meditate, they let go of struggle and sink into silence. The silence is Devi's embrace. Yes, Devi is also known as Manaswarupini, the one who resides in silence. When meditation happens in collective spaces like the Vishalakshi Mandap, seekers feel her Shakti holding them. Many have shared that in meditation they sometimes see a glow or feel a strong current of energy. This is Chamundeshwari Devi blessing them with the inner strength. Thus, every meditation guided by Gurudev becomes a living darshan of Devi herself. Now, how is the Padma Sadhana an expression of Chamundeshwari Devi's grace? Yes, Jay, the Padma Sadhana prepares the body and mind for meditation. The sequence of yoga postures is designed to awaken subtle energy while keeping the body supple. Chamundeshwari Devi, seated on a lion, represents alertness and stability. Padma Sadhana reflects this combining strength with softness, grounding with expansion. Indian practitioners of Padma Sadhana often report feeling lighter, calmer, and more centered. This is Devi's grace flowing through each movement. Gurudev named it Padma Sadhana as a lotus symbolizes purity and detachment. Through these asanas, seekers bloom inwardly just like a lotus in the presence of the sun. Chamundeshwari Devi's blessings ensure the practice is not just physical exercise but a spiritual preparation, aligning the body mind with the divine consciousness. Now, how does the Shakti Kriya embody the blessings of Chamundeshwari Devi? Yes, Gurudev Shakti Kriya is a special advanced practice given by Gurudev. It awakens dormant prana Shakti and removes subtle blocks. Chamundeshwari Devi embodies the power to dissolve obstacles and grant fearlessness. Shakti Kriya channels this very energy, empowering seekers to rise above limitations. Exactly, Shakti Kriya is like Devi's sword cutting through inner doubts and confusion. Many seekers say that after practicing it, they feel unstoppable clarity and courage. This is Chamundeshwari Devi's direct blessing flowing through breath and awareness. Gurudev explains that such practices are not invented but revealed, handed down by the Divine Mother herself. The Shakti Kriya is a modern sadhana through which Chamundeshwari Devi's energy is accessible to all. Now, how is the Sehat Samadhi meditation connected with the compassion of Chamundeshwari Devi? Yes, Jai Gurudev. Sahat Samadhi is a mantra meditation technique that allows the mind to settle into deep rest effortlessly. Chamundeshwari Devi represents compassion, holding seekers in her unconditional love. During Sahat Samadhi meditation, people often experience an immense sense of care, as if they are resting in the arms of the Divine Mother. Yes, mantras themselves are forms of Devi. In Sahat Samadhi meditation, the personal mantra given by Gurudev works like a key to unlock Devi's compassion within. The mind becomes still and the heart blossoms. Many practitioners share that they feel guided, supported, and embraced after meditation. This nurturing is Chamundeshwari Devi's quality. Through Gurudev, she makes mantra and meditation accessible to modern seekers, ensuring her compassion reaches every home and heart. Now, how does the Guru Puja reflect the blessings of Chamundeshwari Devi, be it Guru Puja phase 1 and phase 2? Gurudev. Guru Puja is the chanting of the ancient Guru Parampara Stotram with offerings of flowers. It honors the lineage of masters who carry the light of knowledge. Chamundeshwari Devi, as the mother of wisdom, is invoked in every puja. When we offer flowers, we surrender ego, desires, and impurities. Devi's blessing allows this act of devotion to blossom into grace. Yes, in fact, Guru Puja is not complete without invoking the Divine Mother. She is the source from whom all gurus draw their strength. Chamundeshwari Devi is the protector of Dharma and knowledge in Mysore. Similarly, in every puja, she protects the flow of wisdom. Seekers often experience stillness and tears of devotion during Guru Puja. The sweetness is Devi's presence, blessing both chanter and listener alike. Now, how is Chamundeshwari Devi's energy felt in Trikal Sandhya practice? Yeah, with the Trikal Sandhya means observing prayer and chanting 3 times a day, dawn, noon, and dusk. These injunctions are moments of powerful energy shifts in nature. Chamundeshwari Devi represents rhythm and balance in creation. When we align our daily life with Sandhya times, Devi's Shakti harmonizes our mind and prana. Exactly. Sandhya is said to be the Devi's hour when the veil between human and divine becomes thinner. By chanting mantras or meditating at these times, we invite Chamundeshwari Devi's blessings into our routine. It strengthens discipline, dissolves restlessness, and ensures inner clarity. Gurudev has revived this practice in Art of Living so that seekers can carry Devi's energy not only in temples but throughout the flow of their daily life. Now, how is the Gayatri Japa related to Chamundeshwari Devi's grace? Yes, Jayadev, Gayatri Mantra is the essence of divine knowledge, calling upon Savitur, the source of light, to illuminate our intellect. Chamundeshwari Devi is Veda Mata, the mother of the Vedas. When seekers chant Gayatri, they directly connect to her energy of wisdom and clarity. True, in many traditions, Gayatri is worshipped as a form of goddess herself. As a Chamundi temple, priests often chant Gayatri during homas, acknowledging Devi as the guiding light. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji encourages seekers to chant Gayatri regularly. It awakens intuition and sharpens awareness. Through Gayatri, Chamundeshwari Devi cleanses our intellect, just as she slays demons of confusion in the Puranas. Now, how is the Chamundeshwari Devi's presence invoked in the Upanayam ceremony or the sacred thread ceremony? Yes, Shaivadev, Upanayam is the sacred initiation where a young seeker receives the Gayatri Mantra. It is a rebirth into the life of knowledge. Chamundeshwari Devi's presence is deeply invoked here, for she is the mother who nurtures and protects the child's spiritual journey. Yes, during the ritual, the child is told Gayatri is your mother, Savitri is your guide. This directly refers to Devi herself. And out of it, Upanayam ceremonies are conducted with Vedic authenticity, and Gurudev often dresses the young initiates personally. When Gayatri is imparted, it is as though Chamundeshwari Devi whispers wisdom into the child's ear, ensuring they are never alone on the path of Dharma. Now, how does the Devi's energy flow through daily satsangs and bhajans? As I the satsangs are joyous gatherings with music, chanting, and wisdom. They are not just entertainment but a deep spiritual experience. Chamundeshwari Devi is invoked through every bhajan as music awakens devotion and dissolves inertia. In fact, Devi is called Nadarupani, the embodiment of sound. When thousands sing together in satsang, her energy permeates the space. Many have shared experiences of tears, laughter, or goosebumps during bhajans. This is Devi touching the heart directly. Gurudev says, music is the language of the soul, and Devi is that universal language. In satsang, we don't just sing about Devi, we experience her presence. Now, how is Navratri at Art of being connected to Chamundeshwari Devi? Yes, the Navratri is the most powerful celebration of the Divine Mother. At the Art of Living International Center, it is observed with the grand yagyas, pujas, and satsangs. Chamundeshwari Devi, as the presiding goddess of Mysore, is invoked throughout. Gurudev has often said that the Navaratri at the ashram carries the blessings of Chamundi Hill, where Devi's sister Shakti protects the land. Exactly, Chamundeshwari Devi represents a victory of good over evil, which is the essence of Navaratri. When the Devi is worshipped with Chandi Homa, or the Rishi Homa or the Sudarshan Homa, her protective and nurturing energy spreads not only in Mysore but across the globe through her live broadcast. Seekers who attend Navratri at the ashram often report an indescribable stillness and power. They are experiencing the very presence of Chamundeshwari Devi. Now, how does the Chamundeshwari Devi's blessings reflect in the Chandi Homa in Art of Living? Yes, Jagodev, Chandi Homa is performed to invoke the fierce yet compassionate energy of the divine mother. The chants from Devi Mahatmyam describe how Devi as Chamundi destroyed demons like Mahishasura. In the Homa, these cosmic battles are symbolically reenacted to clear negative energies from the environment, and it is deeply connected to Chamundeshwari Devi. She is worshipped in Mysore precisely as the slayer of Mahishasura. When the Chandi Homa is conducted in Art of Living, the same vibration of Mysore Chamundi temple flows through. Participants feel obstacles being removed, health improving, and courage rising. Gurudev says that the Chandi Homa is not mere ritual, it is an energetic alignment with the Devi's infinite power. Now, how is the Dashara celebrated by Gurudev in relation to Chamundeshwari Devi? Yes, Gurudev, Dashara marks the culmination of Navratri, the day Devi's victory over Mahishasur is remembered. For Gurudev, who has Chamundeshwari as his Kuldevi, Dashara carries a very specific and special significance. He often visits the Chamundi temple around this time, receiving Devi's blessings for the welfare of humanity. Mysore Dashara is world famous with the grand procession honoring Chamundeshwari Devi. Gurudev's connection brings that same spirit to the art of living celebrations. In Satsang, Devi bhajans are sung with deep devotion and Guru Puja is offered. Seekers feel that divine herself walks among them on that day. Through Gurudev's blessings, Dashara becomes not only a festival of victory but a reminder that the Devi resides within us, waiting to be awakened. Now, how does the Chamundeshwari Devi's grace flow through homas like Sudarshan Homa and Mahadrudra Homa? As Jagodev Sudarshan Homa invokes Lord Vishnu's Sudarshan Chakra, which is said to clear negativity and restore balance. Maharudra Homa invokes Lord Shiva's energy of transformation. Both these homas are performed at the ashram regularly. Chamundeshwari Devi's grace empowers these rituals, for she is the Shakti behind Vishnu and Shiva themselves. That's very true. In scriptures, Devi is described as Adi Shakti, the sources of all gods' powers. Without her, Rudra cannot destroy and Vishnu cannot sustain. When Sudarshan or Rudra homas are done at the ashram, a silent presence magnifies their effects. Devotees have experienced relief from deep karmic blocks and sudden breakthroughs after attending these homas. That is the unseen hand of Chamundeshwari Devi, guiding seekers toward harmony and spiritual evolution. Now, how is the seva or the selfless service in art of living an expression of Chamundeshwari Devi's energy? Gurudev Seva is at the core of art of living, whether it's teaching children in rural schools, organizing medical camps, or disaster relief. It is not just social work, it is spiritual practice. Chamundeshwari Devi represents Karuna or compassion and Shakti or strength. When we serve, we channel her qualities into the world. Absolutely, Devi is called Annapurna or the giver of food, the Bhavani or the giver of life, and Durga or the remover of obstacles. Every Seva project of art of living, be it river rejuvenation, tree plantation, or youth empowerment, is her manifestation in action. Gurudev often says Seva brings merit greater than tapas. This is because when we serve selflessly, Chamundeshwari Devi works through us, blessing both giver and receiver. Seva is the most practical way to live Devi's presence daily. Now, how does the Chamundeshwari Devi's energy influence the advanced silence courses at Art of Living? Jagodev, silence courses at the ashram are gateways to profound inner rest. During silence, seekers experience a direct connection with the source of energy. Chamundeshwari Devi, as the embodiment of Shakti and wisdom, silently blesses every participant. The Devi Hall itself, where silence meditations are often held, is consecrated with her presence. Exactly, silence is Devi's language. When we quieten the mind, we can feel her more vividly. Many participants have shared that during silence courses, they feel protected as though a motherly force is watching over them. This is Chamundeshwari Devi's protective Shakti, ensuring that the seeker can safely drop into the deepest layers of meditation. Now, how is the Sehat Samadhi meditation connected to Chamundeshwari Devi? Gurudev, Sehat Samadhi is a mantra meditation taught by Gurudev. The mantra is personalized and acts as a seed for effortless transcendence. Chamundeshwari Devi's grace flows here as she is the Vaga Devi, the goddess of sound and mantras. That's correct. Every mantra is a vibration of Devi herself, and the seeker sits in Sehat Samadhi meditation, The mantra carries them inward to silence. This effortless absorption is possible only because of Devi's nurturing energy. Many have reported that during Sahat Samadhi practice, they feel as if they are being embraced by a mother. That mother is none other than Chamundeshwari Devi, guiding them into the lap of the self. Now, how does the Chamundeshwari Devi bless Vedic studies at the Gurukul? At the Veda Agama Pathshala, the Gurukul, and the Art of Living campus, children learn Vedas, Agamas, and Sanskrit and rituals. The Gurukul's Devi Hall is dedicated to Chamundeshwari Devi. Her energy empowers the students to retain vast amounts of knowledge with clarity. Yes, in tradition, Saraswati and Chamundeshwari are invoked before any Vedic recitation. The boys chant Gayatri, Rudram, and Devi Sukta daily, keeping her presence alive. Gurudev often visits the Gurukul to bless the children, reminding them that they are under the care of Devi herself. That is why the Gurukul produces not just priests but shining custodians of Dharma because they are nurtured by Chamundeshwari Devi's grace. Now, how does the Chamundeshwari Devi's blessing extend to global art of living courses? From Bangalore to Buenos Aires, Moscow to Melbourne, art of living courses are happening every day. Though Chamundeshwari's temples in Mysore, through her energy flows wherever Gurudev's knowledge is shared. Each Sudarshan Kriya session, each meditation carries her invisible presence. That's very true. In Sanatana Dharma, Devi is not bound to geography. She is universal energy. When Art of Living teachers stand the Guru Puja phase 1 and phase 2 before conducting courses, Chamundeshwari Devi's blessings rides along with the knowledge transmission. That is why, even in faraway lands, participants often say they feel a motherly presence in Art of Living programs. It is Devi herself extending her care globally through Gurudev's mission. Now, how is the Chamundeshwari Devi's energy experience in international Navratri celebrations? Yes, the Navratri is now celebrated in art of living centers worldwide with homas, satsangs, and Devi bhajans, even when performed outside India. The vibration carries the essence of Chamundeshwari Devi as she is Gurudev's Kuldevi. Exactly, devotees in America, Europe, and Africa feel the same Shakti as in Mysore. This is the miracle of Devi. Her energy transcends border. When Gurudev connects online during these Navratri celebrations, the resonance of Chamundeshwari Devi flows across satellites and screens, touching seekers in their homes. Thus, she has become not only Mysore's protector but a global mother through the art of living. Now, how can Chamundeshwari Devi's energy be understood in modern scientific terms? Science speaks of energy fields, vibrations, and resonance. Chamundeshwari Devi as Adi Shakti is the primordial energy that sustains creation. Her temple atop Chamundi Hill is not just symbolic, it is a high energy zone where the prana field is amplified. Yes, studies in biofield science shows that chanting mantras or meditating in sacred places alters brainwave patterns, reduces stress, and harmonizes physiology. When Gurudev takes devotees to Chamundi Hill or invokes her blessings and art of living rituals, the measurable effects like calm heart rate, balanced hormones, heightened focus are Devi's subtle influence made tangible. Science is slowly catching up with what sages already knew. Devi is the universal energy field sustaining us all. Now, how does worship of Chamundeshwari Devi impact psychological well-being? Devi worship is a deeply healing psychologically. Chamundeshwari represents both fierce protection and nurturing motherhood. When seekers surrender to her, fears, anxieties, and inner conflicts dissolve. That is right. Psychologists speak of the need for a safe parental archetype. Chamundeshwari Devi says Devi fulfills that role. She is both mother and warrior, assuring the mind it is cared for and protected. In Art of Living courses, when people experience release through Sudarshan Kriya, or humas, the subconscious layers of trauma are soothed. Many participants describe feeling held by a motherly force. This is the psychological imprint of Devi's grace, leading to resilience, self confidence, and emotional healing. Now, how is the Chamundeshwari Devi's worship relevant to today's youth? Today's youth face distractions, stress, and identity struggles. Chamundeshwari Devi symbolizes clarity and victory over inner demons. Worshipping her is not about rituals done, it's about invoking the qualities of courage, focus, and compassion. Exactly, Gurudev has beautifully bridged this for youth. The practices like Padma Sadhana and Sudarshan Kriya awaken inner strength, which is nothing but Devi Shakti manifesting within. When young people chant Lalita Sahasranama or participate in Navaratri, they resonate with the idea that the Devi is within them. Thus, Chamundeshwari Devi becomes not just a temple goddess but a guiding force for facing exams, career pressures, and relationships. Now, how does the Chamundeshwari Devi inspire women empowerment in art of living? Chamundeshwari Devi is a very symbol of feminine power in art of living. Women are encouraged to lead, teach, and guide. Gurudev often says that Devi energy is incomplete without empowering women in society. Absolutely, many art of living programs like women empowerment projects, self-help groups, and leadership training are infused with Devi's blessings. Just as Chamundeshwari stood atop Chamundi Hill and conquered Mahishasura, women in art of living are taught to conquer self-doubt and societal limitations. Rituals like Kumari Puja in Navratri honor the girl child as Devi herself. This spiritual recognition translates into real-world empowerment, making women carriers of strength and compassion in their communities. Now, how does the Chamundeshwari Devi's presence help integrate tradition with the modern lifestyles? In modern times, many struggle to a balanced tradition and fast-paced life. Chamundeshwari Devi offers a living example. She is ancient yet ever relevant. Her worship through mantras and humas grounds us in tradition, while her energy empowers modern tools like meditation and yoga. That's very true. Gurudev has skillfully woven Devi's presence into practices like Sudarshan Kriya, which are scientifically researched and globally taught. A software engineer in Silicon Valley may not have time for elaborate rituals, but by chanting a Devi mantra or a Devi Kavacham or a Devi Puja or a Lalita Sahasranama or meditating on it, they tap into her Shakti. This way, Chamundeshwari Devi bridges tradition with today's lifestyle, ensuring spirituality is accessible and practical everywhere. Now, how is the Chamundeshwari Devi considered universal beyond Mysore? Chamundeshwari Devi's primary temple is atop Chamundi Hill in Mysore. Her energy is not confined to geography. Devi is Adi Shakti, the primal energy that sustains the cosmos. Wherever Gurudev teaches, wherever seekers practice Sudarshan Kriya, meditation or homas or do seva or satsangs, our blessings are present. Absolutely in Vedic understanding, Devi transcends space and time. Art of living centers worldwide report participants feeling her presence in meditation halls or during online sessions. Just as she protects Mysore from her temple, she shields hearts and minds globally. Gurudev often emphasizes that every practitioner of art of living carries a spark of Devi's energy within them, making her universal and timeless. Now, how does Gurudev transmit Chamundeshwari Devi's energy to global audiences? Gurudev, through his live sessions, retreats, and online courses, acts as a conduit for Devi's Shakti. His presence amplifies her grace, allowing seekers in any corner of the world to connect with her energy, exactly whether it is through a Sudarshan Kriya session in New York City or a Navratri celebration in London. Gurudev channels Chamundeshwari Devi's protective and nurturing energy. Technology becomes a medium for timeless Shakti. The participants often feel warmth, calm, and courage, reflecting the same protective Shakti as devotees feel at Chamundi Hills. How does Chamundeshwari Devi inspire the art of living vision of global harmony? Devi symbolizes balance, strength, and compassion. These qualities are reflected in art of living's global vision, peace, stress-free living, and humanity united in joy. Her energy inspires service, meditation, and celebration of life everywhere. Indeed, when thousands practice Sudarshan Kriya or join global satsangs or do seva projects, they are indirectly connecting with Devi's energy of harmony. Chamundeshwari Devi empowers seekers to dissolve internal conflicts, cultivate empathy, and become instruments of global peace. This is the modern application of her age-old wisdom. Now, how does Devi's Shakti integrate into all art of living spiritual practices? Every practice, be it Padma Sadhana, Shakti Kriya, Sudarshan Kriya, or Sahat Samadhi meditation, is infused with the Devi's Shakti. She is the silent energy that empowers transformation, removes obstacles, and nurtures inner strength. That is true. Mantras, nomas, and meditation are more than rituals. They are channels of Devi's energy. Gurudev ensures that practitioners feel this energy directly, whether through chanting Lalita Sahasranama, Gayatri Japa, or participating in Amriti Karyam. Devi's presence is constant, making spiritual growth tangible, experiential, and accessible. Now, what is Chamundeshwari Devi's eternal role in the art of living mission? Is there that Chamundeshwari Devi is the eternal guardian of Gurudev and his mission. Her energy protects, guides, and inspires every seeker, every course, and every global program. She is not just a symbol, she is a living force enabling transformation. Absolutely, from Mysore to the world, her Shakti flows to every aspect of art of living, from Gurukul education to Sudarshan Kriya, homas, and global meditation sessions. Gurudev often reminds seekers that the Devi's grace is always available, guiding humanity toward wisdom, courage, and joy. She is timeless, universal, and an eternal source of strength, making the art of living mission a living embodiment of her blessings, Gurudev.